How do you deal with bullying? It's been getting really hard for me. So just a tip for you guys about bullies and people who try and bring you down. Nowadays it's become so casual to bully somebody or to make them feel less of themselves or to just make somebody feel bad. It's become such a casual thing that people don't even think twice about pushing send. Um, and, I think it's really interesting that it's become like younger and younger. I've seen like 9-year-olds calling me a slut and saying that I should go kill myself on my Instagram photos. And I've just been like really upset because it's like when I was 9, I was outside playing. I was on the swing set. I didn't even know what a slut was. I would never even I just can't wrap my brain around it, how young some of these people are that say these things. And someone said that's such a lie. No, like, trust me, it's not. I had a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, they should not be talking like that. They shouldn't, like, what do you know? And the fact that they even have Instagram and they're commenting these things is like so crazy to me. Like, and it's so hurtful and it's just shocking more than anything, honestly. And I hope that all of you guys who are like in this live chat would never say things like that to a person because that stuff is just like, you have to think. You really have to think and put yourself in other people's shoes. When you're about to push send on a comment, before you push send, just go, what am I doing? Like, I'm literally telling somebody to go kill themselves, or I'm fighting with a random stranger because I gave Madison beer hate. Like, what am I doing right now? Like, I'm a nice person. You should say that to yourself. Are you a nice person? If your answer is yes, then you have to reassess that. Because if you're commenting hate on a stranger's Instagram photo, then, you know, I think you gotta change your answer. But if your answer is no, then that's even more concerning and more upsetting. So I want you guys to answer this. Are you a good person? Yes, yes. I'm getting a lot of yeses. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, awesome. See, that makes me happy that you guys got some good people in here. See, and then I see a no. I see some no's. I see, but a lot of yeses. So if you're a good person, you're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be mean, and you're allowed to do things that are wrong, and you're allowed to look back and say, why did I do that? And you're allowed to like completely regret things, and you're just allowed to mess up, and you're allowed to be mean to people, and you're allowed to do those things. That doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't. It makes you a human being that makes mistakes. But you have to realize that like you have to like move on, and you have to like learn from things. So it's like someone just said no, you're not. You are. Like, you're going to tell me that somebody who's the nicest person ever has never done a mean thing? No, like everyone is a human being, and like everyone does things that are bad. Everyone. And everyone has regrets. And it's like you're allowed to do that, but you have to learn from that. And that's what like I always say is like, if you're going to do something so messed up and so mean from that, like that, then you have to move on after that, and you have to get that out of your system and then say, I don't like how this felt. I don't like how like bullying somebody made me feel. Cause me, like if someone said what I just said to this girl to me, I would be devastated. I'd be crying. I'd be so upset. I would be so hurt. Like my feelings would be so hurt. My self esteem would go down. Like I just would hate to hear these words said to me. So you have to like learn from things. So I don't know. That's why I don't really get that affected when I see haters saying things, is because I'm like, I hope and pray that this person in a month from now or a week from now looks back and says, why did I do that? That was so mean. If I'm gonna do something like that's like the responsibility of having a phone and having an Instagram and having social media, then why why would I ever like completely disregard this responsibility that I have and just like be rude to somebody, you know? And I know this is not gonna change haters, and I know there's always gonna be them, but you have to just like put things in perspective a little bit, you know? Like I'm a human being, you're a human being. Like we're all people and we all have feelings and we all have stories. There's a lot more underneath the surface than you could see on the outside. And to like also move on from that, like self acceptance stuff, like I see a lot of you saying I was bullied and I hate myself because of it. I just saw someone say that. Um Hearing somebody say that they hate themselves is the most upsetting thing for me because nobody should ever have to hate themselves. When you hate somebody, you hate them and you like despise them and you think they're a terrible person and you think something they did was terrible and you hate them. If that person is yourself, then there's nothing more in the world than I like that I get more like I mean of course there is, but like that's like one of the main things that makes me so upset. You guys have to always remember that no matter how old you are or no matter how brave you might think you are, you're going to go through hard times and you're going to go through good times. And there's nothing that is worth your life or worth, like, I don't know. I don't know how to really word this, but like what I'm basically trying to say is like sometimes you need a good cry to fix the problem and to make yourself feel better. Because that's what makes me feel better is if I am upset about something, I'll just start to cry and cry and cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. But I'm also a very emotional person. And sometimes you just need a good cry. But sometimes crying just makes it worse and it makes you think about things more. And that is a really hard thing because like holding back emotion is not good because like then you're just gonna bottle things up and you're gonna try and push it down and push it down. And the more you like compress something, the more space it has to get piled on top of, and it's just gonna explode. And like I just don't think that you guys should ever like put yourselves through that. If you have an issue with something, talk to somebody. Talk to me. Talk to your friend. Even if like your parents are the issue or school is the issue, talk to like someone. Talk to yourself. Like, hey, I mean, like, if that's what's gonna make you feel better, talk to yourself. Sit on your computer and videotape a video of yourself and say, I'm beautiful the way I am, and nobody's gonna tell me that I'm not. And yeah, stuff's gonna suck at times. I'm gonna be very, very upset with myself and with other people and stuff like this at times. But overall, like I love myself and I'm going to do everything that I can to make myself a better person every single day. Because every day you can look back on the day before and say, what didn't I like about myself yesterday that I want to change? And there are things that you're not going to be able to change about yourself that are just you. And you have to learn to grow with it and love it. And you have to learn how to control the things you don't like and how to, like, exude the things that you do. And you have to, I don't know, I just think that everyone needs to find themselves in a way. And I'm sorry that I'm ranting. If you want to X out, you can. I just like really want to get this message across because I've gone through a lot of things in my life and I've gone through things that no one knows about and things that I keep to myself because I don't want to bring up feelings that I've suppressed so hard. So it's like I get it. That's why I like to talk about this stuff is because I understand it and I've been in your shoes. And I've looked at myself in the mirror and I've been like, I hate you. Like, I hate you so much. And I've just been crying. And that's the worst. That's like the lowest point that a person can be at is like just being like self I cannot talk. Self. Why am I saying self? Self-loathing is the worst thing ever. And hating yourself is terrible. And I've been there. My friends have been there. My boyfriend, I'm sure, has been there. My dad has been there. My mom has been there. Everyone has been there at a point. And it's a terrible feeling. Like, I just want you guys to look at me more as not like, of course, I want you to look at me as a role model, but I more want you to look at me and learn from me and learn from my mistakes and learn from things that I try to teach you. And like, I'm not a lot smarter than you guys. I'm not smarter than you guys at all. I'm just, I've done it. I've been through it, and it's terrible. And if any of you guys are ever going through where I was, I'm excited for you to get out of it, because you're gonna be great. And I believe in every single one of you, that you all can like just like be the best version of yourselves that you can be. It's like simple as that. And I just hope that like I'm gonna start crying. I always cry in UNAS. It's like so crazy. I just hope that I can always be here for you guys. Always to just like talk to you and like let you know that I'm on the same exact page as you, and like we all have issues and we all have flaws and we all have things that we don't like about ourselves. So if you're in, like I said, if you're in like a bad place in your life, and you're somewhere that like you don't want to be, like just like you have to just know that it's gonna get better, and that like everyone goes through things, and like, you're gonna be awesome, and you have to learn from like what you're going through, because everybody goes through stuff. And like I don't want any of you to ever like feel like less of yourselves, because like I hate seeing that, because I always want to be here. Like I always want to make you guys feel happy, and I like hate not being here all the time and being able to see every single one of you like constantly. I'm like, I feel like I can't. Like I always cry in live chats. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But just to like finish what I was saying was like, and I'm sorry, like I know some people hate about this stuff so much, and like it's like I get so much hate on a daily basis. And I have so many people who try and bring me down like constantly, and who tell me that like I'm not good enough, or that like I should kill myself, or like just like really terrible things that like the worst person shouldn't even be told. And I have you guys to keep my head up, and I have you guys to make me smile. And even if you guys are going through some like really terrible, terrible things, like I always can depend on you. And I could always just like have you guys, and I just want you to always know that I'm here too, and I'll always just like be your shoulder to lean on, and I don't want any of you to ever have doubts in that. And I just love you guys. And I'm sorry that I'm such an emotional mess. It's just like you're all good enough. And I don't want anyone to ever let you feel less of yourself, or like I don't ever want anyone to make you guys feel the way I feel sometimes. Because I love you and I care about each and every single one of you, and nothing in the world means more to me than you guys. So, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys like hate seeing me cry, because I hate seeing you guys cry. Alright. No more sad talk.